Hello, guys. So we are going to continue the discussion with respect to RAG. Till now, we have already discussed about the entire data ingestion pipeline, and with the help of user query, we are also able to retrieve the context. We have completely implemented this first pipeline that is called as data ingestion pipeline, where we did the data ingestion, we did the chunking, then we converted the text into vectors, and after that, we were able to probably store everything inside a vector DB, and we also persisted in the local directory so that we can always read whenever we definitely want, okay, based on a specific query. Now we are going to go towards the second pipeline, that is the query retrieval pipeline, wherein we are also going to use LLM with it. Okay, so here we are going to specifically use LLM models, and these LLM models will actually help us to generate a summarized output, okay, in the RAG. So the entire pipeline will look something like this. And when we talk about this query retrieval pipeline, we are specifically talking about something called as augmented generation. Okay. See, in retrieval, RAG basically means retrieval augmented generation. And this augmented generation, how does it specifically work? Okay. So let's consider that this vector DB is already ready. And you know that how did I create this particular vector DB? By following this particular pipeline, right? Now, once we follow this pipeline, the data is stored inside the vector DB. Now, whenever a user gives a new query, okay, it has a new query related to the documents that are already ingested inside the vector DB. Then what we do, we take up this query, we apply the same embedding. And in this particular embedding, what we do, we convert the query to vectors, right? And then from this particular embedding, we hit the vector DB, we get the context, and then whatever context we get along with the prompt engineering, like basically with a simple prompt, we give that instruction to the LLM, right? So prompt is just like an instruction to the LLM, like how the LLM should basically work. Now, once we are doing this, right, this step is basically called as augmentation. Okay, this step is basically called as augmentation, wherein we are taking the context, and along with that we are also combining it with a specific prompt. And finally you will be able to see that we'll generate the output from the LLM, and this step is nothing but generation, right? This is the retrieval step. So here I have my retrieval step, wherein we are giving a query, we are converting that into vectors, and we are hitting the vector DB. So you really need to understand the entire concepts with respect to RAG. Okay. So let's go ahead and implement this entire retrieval query retrieval pipeline along with the LLMs. Okay. Now here we are also going to go ahead and set up the LLM. So guys, now let's go ahead and implement this with the help of practical implementation. So here we are going to integrate vector DB context pipeline with LLM output. As suggested, we are going to implement the augmented and generation. Now, first of all, what we are going to do is that I'm going to use my Groq API key. Okay, so I've updated the Groq API key over here in the .env file. And, here we are going to probably go ahead and create a simple RAG pipeline, okay, with the Groq LLM, okay. So first of all, what we are going to do is that, again, if you remember in our requirement.txt, we will go ahead and import these two libraries that is called as LangChain -Groq, and then you have python.env, okay. And then after this, we will go ahead and, quickly initialize from LangChain _Groq, import chat Groq, okay. Along with this, I'm also going to go ahead and import OS. Then from .env, I'm going to use load_.env so that we import or we load the entire environment variables. Then the next thing is that we will go ahead and initialize the Groq LLM and set your environment a Groq API key inside this. Okay. And in order to do this, again, here you'll be able to see that I'm using Groq API key os.getEnv, something like this. Okay. If you just go ahead and call this. Sometime my suggestion would be that directly don't call from getEnv. Initially, you can directly test it by pasting the environment keys directly over here. Okay. So here I will go ahead and paste it. Otherwise, you go ahead and replace it. Just for testing purpose, I'm actually doing this. Now we'll go ahead and initialize our LLM model, chat Groq. And here I will use my Groq API key is equal to Groq API key. Okay. And then model name is Gemma2. Temperature, I will select it as 0.1. A maximum number of tokens it will generate is 1024. Okay. So this is my LLM. We have initialized the Groq LLM. Now the second thing is that we will quickly go ahead and create a simple RAG function. And this is going to integrate everything from retrieve, context, plus generate response. And if you remember, guys, here is my retriever. Before class, like the previous uh, session, we have already seen that how this RAG retriever was actually created. We created a class for that. Okay. So here we are going to probably take two different parameters inside this. We'll first of all define a function called as RAG underscore simple. And then here we are going to go ahead and give our query. Then we are going to go ahead and give our retriever LLM top underscore k is equal to 3. Okay. And then over here, quickly, let's go ahead and first of all retrieve the context. Yeah. So we're going to retrieve the context. So here I'm going to write results is equal to retriever dot retrieve query. So here you have this query and top underscore k is equal to k. Okay. And then we are just going to get the context, or I'll go ahead and define my context. Inside this context, I will say that, hey, whatever information I'm getting from my results, right? Just go ahead and combine everything and put it inside this, right? So here I'm saying that, hey, for doc in results, whatever content I'm getting, I'm going to join it with a double new line over here. If results are this empty, we are just going to keep it as empty. So this is my context over here, right? Then I can still go ahead and write one more condition saying that, hey, if not context, okay, we are just going to go ahead and return saying that no relevant context found, okay, to the answer question. And then we are going to generate the answer using Groq LLM. Okay. And now I'm just going to go ahead and define my prompt. Obviously, I require a prompt. If you remember here, I can again use a prompt template also. I can directly use a prompt over here. So here with respect to the prompt, I will give a query saying that, hey, this is what you really need to do. You need to go ahead and answer this specific question and you should probably get a response for that, right? So here what I will do, I will quickly go ahead and paste it. Use the following context. So here you can see use the following context to answer the question concisely. Okay. And here what we can basically do is that we can just go ahead and do one thing on over here quickly. I'll say just put tab. Okay. So use the following context to answer the question precisely or concisely. So here I've given the context, here I've given the query. Okay. Now the next thing after this is that we will go ahead and create a response. So response is equal to, this time we are going to use LLM dot invoke. Okay. And here let's go ahead and put something like prompt dot format. And here we are going to write context is equal to context. And here you have query is equal to query, whatever query I have. Okay. And then we go ahead and return the response dot content. So once we do this, then we can specifically call this particular function. Okay. So now what we are going to do is that I will just go ahead and write answer is equal to RAG underscore simple. And let's say I go ahead and ask a question. What is attention mechanism? Okay. And here I need to give my RAG retriever along with the LLM. And then we can go ahead and print the answer. Okay. So here you can see attention mechanism is a function that maps a query in this, right? And we are able to get the answer over here. This is really good. See, a very simple pipeline where I have initialized my LLM model. I've defined a function. And then this function, what it is doing, first of all, it is hitting the RAG retrieve function. It is getting the context. It is combining the context. And along with the prompt, we are hitting the LLM. So if you remember, we are just following this entire process and generating a proper output, right? If that particular output is available inside the Vectordb, right? Now, guys, what we are going to do is that we are going to enhance the RAG pipeline, the simple RAG pipeline that we have created over here. Okay, we'll enhance in such a way that it will have more amazing features in it. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and create an amazing enhanced RAG pipeline, and this is the code. So now you can see over here we have a function called as RAG advanced. I'm giving a query, retriever, LLM, top k elements like how many we want, minimum scores, return context is equal to false. So here you can see that before we were simply like we were just combining the context, we were putting the information in the prompt, and we were probably generating the response. In this, what we will do is that here we are going to generate this entire RAG pipeline with some more additional features. Like what all additional features we will be requiring? See, here we are directly getting the answers, right? But we do not have much information about the source, about the context over here, right? So here what we are doing, we will return answers, sources, confidence score, optionally full context. Okay. So first of all, again, the code will be similar where we are retrieving the context. So this becomes my context when we are retrieving it from retriever.retrieve. And then I've written if not results, if results are empty, we are saying that no relevant context found. And here we are giving sources is blank, confidence is 0.0, and context is blank. This context is basically coming from the Vectordb. Let's say that if we are getting some kind of results over here, we are combining all those results and we are preparing the context over here. And then we are adding sources. See, this sources, which is the list, here we are adding metadata information, source file, right? And along with that, you can see metadata page number, from which page number you are able to get. Then what is the similarity score? And here what I will do is that I will just try to go ahead and display at least 300 length of the content, right? So up to 300 characters we'll try to display. And then we are going through each and every docs that is available inside this results. Then we are going to calculate the confidence. We are actually getting that information in this doc similarity score. Here is my prompt. In this prompt, we are giving context, query, each and everything, and we are invoking it. And the output will be in this format. So let's now go ahead and execute this RAG advanced function. Here I've given all the information, like I've asked what is the attention mechanism, what is RAG underscore retrieval, like RAG underscore retrieval I'm given over here, LLM, return context is equal to true, minimum score, all these things is given, right? So now I'll go ahead and execute this. Now, as soon as I ask what is attention mechanism, here you will be able to see that I'm getting this particular information, right? And it is also giving me the source information, which number, page number, what is the score, and what is the preview information. Along with that, here is my final information that you can see, right? Where we are displaying the first 300 characters. Let's say that I go ahead and change my question. Okay, I ask something else. I'll say, hey, attention mechanism was one of the thing, but if I go ahead and see my data, my PDFs, okay, I will go ahead and ask something else. Okay, let's see what I can ask. So I'll go to embeddings.pdf. I'll say okay, and then let me search something else, right? I will say hard negative. I'll ask this question, hard negative mining techniques. Okay, so I will go to my question over here, hard negative mining techniques. Okay, and I'll go ahead and search this thing from my retriever. So here you can see that I'm able to get this entire information. The test describes several hard ANCE, Conan embeddings, NB retriever, all this information. And again, you can see that embedding.pdf page 4, I'm able to see all the information along with the context, right? So this is really amazing. And here we have just created an enhanced RAG pipeline. Why we say this as an enhanced RAG pipeline? Because here we are providing information related to answers. We are providing information related to confidence score and each and everything. Now, let me just show you one more amazing way. And this is also an advanced RAG pipeline, but this time I will tell you to probably go through this particular code and tell me. So here what we are doing, we're doing streaming, citation, history, and summarization. So all these things we have included over here. And you can just go and search for this and you can see the answer. Okay, final answer, role element context found, because that question may not be there. Okay, I will just, or let me just change this minimum score to 0.1. I think we should be able to get something. Still nothing. Let me change the question. Let's say hard negative mining techniques. And here we are just going to go ahead and display this particular output. Okay. So now you just go ahead and explore this. Okay, I'll keep this for you, at least see some kind of coding. Okay, so here we are not able to get anything as such. Let's see, advanced RAG query, hard query, top querying, summarize is equal to true. No relevant, this one. Let's see that I go ahead and ask what is attention is all you need. Okay, I'll go ahead and execute it. So here you can see that I'm able to see all these particular answers over here, right? Yeah, for some of the queries, this will not, it is not giving. There may be some problem with respect to the context size, but it's okay. You can try out with different things. If something is not coming, then we'll try to optimize that also. As we go ahead, we'll try to see this. So here we have seen 3 amazing RAG pipelines. One was a simple RAG pipeline. Here was an enhanced RAG pipeline. And here in the last one, we have made sure to put streaming, citation, and history and summarization with all this kind of information over here. You just go ahead and check it out, all the information, and just see the code. I think you should be able to understand it. So overall, if you see, I hope you were able to understand this particular video. And yeah, this was about RAG pipeline. Now in the upcoming videos, what we will do is that we will try to create some modular coding, because see here, the entire everything is basically created in one IPYNB file. Now what I will do is that as we go ahead, I will start implementing all these things inside a source folder, like how a modular structure of coding can be applied inside this entire RAG pipeline, right? So yes, this was it from my side. I'll see you on the next video. Thank you. Take care.